Hey man, how y'all doing? D-Star back again, been on a little hiatus. But the word on the town is that Doug Peterson, this is his best roster. Yeah, it's gotta be. I mean, when you look at Darren Sproles re-signing, 36-year-old running back, scat back, but he's a Hall of Famer, man. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Jason Peters, him and Jason Peters both off the injury from the 2018 season. They're a better version of themselves. So that boasts the roster right there, not relying on old guys as well. As far as like Michael Bennett, Chris Long, that's what a lot of teams was knocking us for last year. Like, how long can y'all continue to rely on these old guys, you know what I mean, to get it done for y'all at the end of the day? So it comes down to that as well. You got to look at that and you got to give us credit. As far as digging in the draft, young Sharif Miller, we got Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, 3-year, $30 million deal extension over the offseason. You know what I mean? Shoring up that defense at the end of the day when we're talking about that D-line. That interior trio, Tim Jernigan off the bench, Malik Jackson coming over from the Jags. You know what I mean? That could play a key role in us getting a Jalen Ramsey in the next offseason, something like that. You know, stuff like that. You got to look into that. Malcolm Jenkins not holding out, showing up to training camp. Training camp's gonna get ready to jump off on Wednesday. Everybody shows up. Our rookies don't show up first and then our vets show up. Nah, we all gonna show up, baby. It's that time. Everybody will be there. Everybody that's healthy will be there. Hope Miles Sanders is there, because that will help our running back room immensely. I believe Miles Sanders' health is one of the reasons why Darren Sproles is also signed to the roster. You see what I'm saying? But Doug Peterson in year 4, it's time to turn it up and go get this Coach of the Year award. I mean, they gave it to Sean McVay back in 2017, but they should have never gave it to Sean McVay. I mean, I feel like him being 0-2 against Doug Peterson, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Now, we do have the star beating the Cowboys because Doug Peterson is 2-4 against them in particular. But against other top-notch teams, Doug Peterson come to play, his roster comes to play. It's always little stuff that hits us at the end of the day. It's always the little stuff. But, you know, that's all I really wanted to touch on right now. You know, touch on this roster, how the roster looking. Arcega-Whiteside, you know, they say don't call him Arcega, call him Arcega. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's what we'll call him. They say his ability to just high point the ball in the end zone, that's why Nelson Aguilar won't be on the field when we hit the red zone inside the 20, for some of you guys that don't know. Him, Deshaun, he'll be on the field. But I believe Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, Arcega, guys like that, they'll be on the field as well. They gotta be. I mean, you can't take them off the field. Guys that's 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", and above, we out there really playing basketball with the football at the end of the day. You just throw it up and go get it. Alshon, man, whew, he can learn from a living legend right now. I mean, Alshon is turning himself into a made man. You know, all them top-notch receivers, Odell, Julio, all them, they don't have what Alshon has. Antonio Brown, they don't have a Super Bowl ring. You know, so that's what I want to just leave on right there. You know, I hit y'all with a couple more later on. I'm out.